salmon all on these riggings. Even wobblers, guys. Like you got steelhead hitting wobblers, we got steelhead hitting wobblers, especially the minis.
And that's running them out with your kayak,
With
your
your kayak,
boat.
yep. And you could also
like
do
that.
this, you know, you could run a single float with a spreader, and you can cast this off the bank. Just a single setup.
Jet ski, canoe.
Jet ski, canoe, yeah, whatever it takes, but these are very castable from the bank. 10-ounce lead, you're casting out, you can get out 100 foot, you're in a fish hook, you're gonna get fish. And it was real productive this year up in the Klamath area. A lot of guys don't have kayaks, a lot of the older guys don't want to get into kayak. I don't want to get into kayak, I have other guys do it for me, but
You're getting old, Robert.
I'm getting old, yeah, it's catching up to me. What's nice about the cold water strong setup, yeah, that's, you know, we're bringing in kayak rentals at our shop. We're supposed to have them already.
It's called Ruby Kayak. We rent them out.
But
We rent
we're
them
going to
out.
rent kayaks out. We're going to rent them out for the lake, and we're going to rent them out for the Columbia River so guys can start
And I
running
think
them.
your invoices do.
So I know a lot of us can't go out and
How
spend
many you ran out?
$400 on a kayak, but you come in and rent it for $20 a day.
Like,
You know,
I'm renting out like
some of them we're going to have upgraded with fish finders on them. We're going to rent
Can't
them
count.
for a day.
Like 600 times.
Full troll them.
That doesn't count.
It's going to work nice.
The tryout period.
So what they're doing with the kayaks, they're running these bags out. These bags get up to 7 to 8 pounds a piece. And what's nice with Tim's done, we're seeing a lot of guys take rocks. They're taking electrical tape and fishing line, they're taking it all out, and they're going out and they're snapping those off. There's a lot of junk going in the river. Where we fish at a couple spots, I like going in the wintertime with smelt and sturgeon fishing with sliders. Well, these guys going up and breaking all these rocks. I mean, I've seen guys use bolt shaders. I've seen guys use motor mounts, all kinds of stuff to break off the river. It's staying out. When you want to go out with a slider, you can't get that your slider back in, you know? What Ken's designed here is this is a nice brake system. He's going to pull on it. Go ahead, Ken.
You want to turn around so they can see it?
Yeah, here. It busts loose. I have kitty litter here. What happens is, this bag gets filled with sand. When you set the hook,
We're
this
starting
comes
to
up
get a
floats
show
with the
going
fish.
here.
Okay, you gonna give me drinks?
Can I get the,
And the sand stays on the
I'll
bottom.
get a course
We're not
line.
even jumping the river. You know, I mean, we got some spots we got with the fish finder, and I'm not kidding you guys, 4-foot tall.
Do you want a
Everybody's
food
trying to
menu?
get this one zone. We're all doing it with rocks.
What's the name for the tab?
Wes.
West?
Robert, it's a nice sand bottom.
Robert, can I tell a story? I
Go
got
ahead.
a hate mail one time about these sandbags because this guy called me up and he said, that is the wrong idea with the sandbags. How in the hell are you gonna get all that sand out of the Columbia if everybody fishes and leaves sand? The Columbia is gonna be shallow. True story. That was a hate mail that I got about that, and I said, well, they dredge all the time. Yeah.
And at least say it's natural. You know, we're listening
Spill it all over Wes.
It's a big pet peeve when you see guys out there go out there and tie up with electrical tape, duct tape, and drop. They're doing it with Dacron too. Wrapping Dacron around these rocks and just intentionally dropping it.
The worst was those homemade gunny sack looking ones with the like white beater shirts all wrapped in sand. I pulled a couple of those in when I was
You
fishing.
guys don't think it's a big deal, but it's actually a
Yeah,
huge
beat
deal.
them up for it.
Fishing game
I
is
hooked
not
my
like
shit on your little gunny sack,
And as soon as they start writing
fucking white beater sandbag things that you had. That wasn't you? Oh,
We're not leaving a bunch of duct tape.
I was actually dipping in my fucking
I
ring.
hooked a couple of those.
Hey, you want a nice little setup here?
Yeah, so this opportunity here that he's showing you, so basically, like he said, boat or but on this one, on this setup here, now, Robert did go through a little bit of finer things. I want to explain. There's two different models of reels that we have. One's with a line counter. Robert, why do you have a line counter?
Hit that same depth every time.
Every time, repeatability. And then this one, I don't have a line counter. The reason why I don't have a line counter is because I'm going to be casting this tube and flinging it out like at Bonneville, Frenchman's Bar, Tina Bar.
You're looking at the 16 ounces he's casting with this.
Exactly. And so you don't want a line counter on there because you will blow it up. So I suggest getting something that doesn't have a level line on there, and it's just all free and it's castable, and you'll be better off getting something like this. Robert, you have these in stock in
Yes,
the
we
store
do.
too.
Yes, we do.
So he has at the store he has an opportunity to have two really good quality reels to actually do that. So when you're up there, don't be afraid to ask the questions to the guys. These guys are all seasoned fishermen up here. And they won't sell you a line counter if you're going to be a casting kind of guy, or if you have the boat or kayak, you can run the lines out. But that setup right there is about 35-inch spread. I'm only running about a 20-inch leader on there, a couple spin glows. You can even put coon shrimp on there. You can put anything on there that's floatable, you know. And so basically the difference is Robert's running the 20-foot line there. That has a float to bring it up. This one here, we're going to use spin glows and have the opportunity to actually get it off the bottom. This setup right here is real effective. Bottom everywhere. But I don't recommend, like where Robert's holding, where you can put the lead. You can actually even put a lighter mono on there if the bottom's really rocky, so you can break it off. 10-pound line, you can fling it out there and then break it off when you do get a fish and stuff. But most areas I fish is a lot of sand. Even I fish up at Bonneville at Ives Island instead of the oak tree because it's just too damn crowded. And I cast out there at the round river rocks, and we retrieve it back all the time with our lead and stuff. So yeah, that's another opportunity, especially coming this fall.
Oh yeah, this is effective for springers, fall. It doesn't matter. This right here, we can run this all year long for salmon. And you can put tuna balls. You guys, I've seen guys roll herring. You can roll herring with these. Very easy.
Exactly. Then we got two different styles of rod. Of course, you know, we kind of roll big, right? I mean, these are the limousines of limousines right here. This is a really beautiful raptor rod, and it's a custom rod. And this one here is a talon rod, and it's a little bit, the price points on this is more affordable. This price end, I think it's $180. $180 for this rod, and it's a very good high quality rod. Now he has that to hang your bell. I also have one that Talon makes for that. For a while there, the rod industry wasn't making a lot of these rods.
No.
Remember when we used to sturgeon fish? Mm-hmm. We had these rods day in and day out. Then all of a sudden everybody here that's been around for a while sold all their sturgeon rods because they don't sturgeon fish off the bank. Now they're coming back.
And they're, you know, like the good cheap rod, it used to be $99 rod from Fisherman's, is the ugly stick, inline
The ugly
rod.
stick. 13 foot.
13 foot. And if you guys, you're going to want, you know, doing these sandbags and Bonneville or anything you're heavy lead, you're going to want these bigger rods for the backbone.
Yeah.
Especially for the sandbag. I mean, I was a mono guy for years. I did not like that rod. I hated it. They all got me converted this year so I could pull these bags a lot easier. Because mono's got stretch. So you get that stretch, you try to pull this bag, a lot of times you won't pop the trigger mono. It's just not enough there. It's just too much stretch. Going direct with, I'm using a 65-pound braid.
Yeah.
And it pulls this bag just fine. And you gotta have a good rod though, a good backbone.
Exactly. And the thing of difference, but what he's saying, he's running braided, and as you see, I'm running mono. Try casting this sometimes and getting a bird nest. Holy Moses, you're gonna just throw the whole rod in the river and go home.
If not, it's gonna snap most likely.
It's
when it goes to bird nest, you're gonna lose everything.
Exactly. And I like running mono on this because it's more pliable to actually cast out in long distances. Stuff. And if you're uncomfortable with casting, go to the football field and practice and be one of those guys on YouTube where they're casting 200 yards. Holy smokes.
You know, we did some of these bigger rods, especially the mono rods. I mean, we can put 16 ounces out on here, and I can cast 300 maybe. I can get out on the long ways out there. I'm going out to the Stars kayak. 16.
Oh, with the 13, the backbone on this, it's smooth.
Yeah. It's real smooth.
Yeah, you just get out there, practice at the football field, and in no time you'll be getting through the goalpost. On this one right here, I'm actually only running 40-pound tests. 40-pound test. It's good fiber. I tried 50. Man, that bird nest kind of. Oh.
And that 50-pound a little harder to tie knots too.
Yeah.
The heavier weight you go in line, the harder it is to get a good knot. When you start getting above 50 pounds, and then we start all of ours, we start cranking. That's when we just want to crank everything. So what we're running out here is we're running Brad wobblers, and a lot of these wobblers, their paint schemes are deadly. This one here, we put a lot of fish in the bank this year. This has been a good wobbler. These fish, they hammer them. I mean, anywhere this, we've been using it a little bit for springers. They're working good for springers, but what these target mostly are your summer and fall fish. Summer and fall fish love these little guys. And they're real effective, they're not too expensive. The one Ken's pulling in here, so Brad wanted to stop making these. And we convinced him not to. We told Scott, hey, these are working really well. He says, we're not bringing them in. I'm like, you guys get rid of these, it's gonna be done. We use these on incoming tide. When everybody's going home from wobbler fishing because they think the tide's over with, we're running these smaller wobblers, and they're going upriver with incoming tide. These fish are turning on these wobblers, smaller ones. And we put a lot of fish on the bank this year doing this style. We've had enough current on rates from Bonneville letting out this summer that you stayed afloat and they worked all day long, from sunrise to sunset.
Hey, you want to pull a ticket?
Yeah, we're gonna pull a ticket for a quick drawing with some stuff that they're giving away up front.
So the first one we're going to give away is 2 bank leaders right now. Huh?
Those are dope.
Robert, what size is these spin gloves?
Those are
2
size zeros.
or 0.
Yeah. Double zeros.
No, those are zeros. Double
Yeah,
zeros.
we're going to give
Oh, yeah,
away
that's right.
2
How much a ticket?
Do you,
I don't want them.
bank
do you have to
leaders.
buy tickets or
Yeah,
they?
here we go. If you have ticket number,
I didn't even see that up there.
No, it's Robert.
if you have ticket number, I'm getting my eyeballs. If you have ticket number 362,
That's me.
362. Who's got 362? Oh, Tony's on board.
Oh, I need to give this to
So at our shop, we have my whole crew, everybody I got in there working are all fishy dudes. I mean, if you come in with questions, these guys will take the time out, they will tie it up for you. They will draw a diagram, how to run it. These guys,
That's crazy.
Wooten, real fishy guy, he knows how to fish all styles like we do. Dan, he's a good bank guy, he's my boat buddy also.
Crappie
All
guy.
these guys, they know how to rig
Hey.
up. If you want something rigged up.
Crappie guy.
Yeah, if you want something rigged up, come see these guys. They will stop what they're doing and show you guys how to get this stuff tied up. A couple of them over there, yeah. Stand up, guys. Stand up, Mike and Deb. These are 2 of my employees. Now these guys, you gotta put them in shape every once in a while. We take them out and say, hey, go out and catch fish, try this out, try that out. Mike this year took us up on the Lewis, and they got us back into the springer fishing. You guys should know, Lewis was really good this year. All the troops this year did really good on springers. We went up this year, we have a powder, we make in-house now. It's a dehydrated bait. We got sand shrimp, squid, mackerel, and so on. And we're taking this sand shrimp, we're dehydrating them, doing our little magic to them, and we're putting it on top of our eggs. And it's been very effective. You know, come late September, late August, mid-September, it gets hard to get sand shrimp. It gets really hard to get them. And what we've done is we take them through the year, we save them, we dehydrate them, and now you got sand shrimp through the whole year. And we're putting them in cut plugs. We're taking all these little cut plugs, sardine powder, tuna powder, bloody tuna, all of it we're putting in here, we do in-house. And what I'm gonna show you here, a lot of guys. So this is a cut plug. And what I got in the middle of this is made by Wicked Lures. It's a float, a nice little bitty float. And it holds this little cut plug up really nice. We ran this on the Callis this year, and we killed a lot of stringers on the Callis this year with this setup. Guys used to be like, you can't do it, you can't do it. This is a very effective way, especially in deep pools, to kill fish in the bank. We did a lot of it this year. It varies, it depends where you're fishing at. Usually I run between 10 and 12 ounces of lead. And that's even with a 10-6. I can count to 10 and 12 ounce lead with a wrapper rod. And I mean, leader's a little long, we're using this in a really deep hole, but it works really well, very effective. You stuff this with tuna, you can get canned tuna, Starkiss tuna, anything from the store tuna-wise, you can put in this little thing, as long as it's in oil.
What size hooks are you running with those in the river?
So we're running size, depends where you're fishing at. So on the Callis, I'm running a treble hook trailer with a 2-aught hook.
With a 2-aught?
2 to 3-aught hook. I got some of the riggers with me, but you could run a double mooching rig, 2-aught, 3-aught double mooching rig works just as good. We found that using a trailer hook's been very effective. We haven't been missing many takedowns.
So if you have shallower water, would you run about a 4-foot?
I would drop, in shallower water, I would drop my leader to probably all the way around to probably about 30 inches.
And your dropper line?
My dropper, I would probably drop down to a foot. So you're gonna learn the areas you're fishing in. I mean, you'll go out there, you're casting, you'll see your rod's not working right. You'll be like, hey, something's wrong. That rod, you can see, just like you go out with a quick fish, you can see a little hump. Same with a spindle. You can go out and feel your rod. You can feel that spindle humming. You can feel these turning in your hand. It works really well.
Is that float stopped by a bobber stopper?
I put, yeah, bobber stopper on each side. So I'll leave these up here during the show or after the show. You guys are more welcome to come up and look at it. I'll leave it set up and I'll explain.
I mean, that will work great even on the Columbia River.
Works great on the Columbia. We run it on the Columbia too. We do it with the skinnies. We do it with cut plugs. We do it with spin fish. It's and you see it works. I mean, the depth on it, you're 4 foot off the bottom usually. That's where you want to stay at, and it works really well. Really well. And a lot of guys are starting to do it. We've showed a lot of guys these last few years how to do it. And a lot of guys are adapting to it.
There you go, Matt.
Yeah, it's time to go
So
now.
many techniques have evolved over the time. Well, it's not really evolved. We've always been doing this, but the techniques and the application has changed over time.
Well, you got to get creative with these fish. It seems like they're getting smarter.
They're getting smarter, and we got to get smarter and be more innovative with a lot of the different products that are out there. And Robert has a wide variety of different products in his store. And we're trying to keep up with that too in the manufacturing part and looking at different types of leaders that come out. And you know, when I first came out with this, people always said, "What are you going to catch with that 200-pound line?" Well, Robert will contest, and I will too. Over the last 30 years of fishing in this area, salmon aren't leader shy.
They're not shy at all.
They're not shy at all. So I run 40-pound. I run 40-pound on all my leader, or 50-pound. I'm actually even starting to crimp and making a 2-foot, 100-pound leader, 120-pound leader to go to your wobblers, and from your float to your wobblers, so that's coming out.
We've been using Ken's bumpers too. The bumpers he has for his flashers, we've been actually using for leader on our wobblers.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
I'm going to interject. For those of you that don't know, this is one of the leaders in our industry moving forward. He's one of the innovators in our industry moving forward. That's why we're so happy to have you guys here. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's draw another ticket.
Draw another ticket. Here we go. What do we got this time around?
Oh,
Take something from the table.
something from the table.
Okay.
Free guy to trip with Ken.
See? Look.
Yeah.
You got his
Let's
service.
give away this cold water strong hat right here. Really nice. If you have ticket number 345.
Oh my god, I think she's coming.
345.
That's my ticket.
Look at her. She said, I want that. And she got it.
Sorry it took so long.
Oh, no
Can I
worries.
get something to eat?
Right.
Y'all have the daybreak burger?
Daybreak burger?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That wasn't yours, but okay.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead for it.
So if you come to
That was
the
my
shop,
water.
It's all good, sir.
you
Now,
guys want to get a good reel,
How
these
are
guys
you?
need you lined out.
Wes, and you're
Most
gonna
of
do
the
the
time I'm
daybreak
there,
burger?
sometimes I've been out in the ocean a lot lately. I've been stuck out there.
Do you want a side
But
with it?
when you
Comes
like
with
a
chips
real
and pickles.
bus, we'll string it
That's
with
fine.
line of your choice for free. And a lot of guys are going braid. Braid's really expensive. And especially when you get these open face reels. When you're talking about putting on there 300, 400 yards of braid.
Chips and pickles.
And braid is where I'm going to, except I'm stuck on mono for the boat. But for you guys on the bank, I can't emphasize more. You guys want to use this braid. You're
It's
going
the
to want this
Build Back
backbone
Better
when you're
burger.
using this triple setup, the sandbags. I see guys go out there with a 12-foot 3 rod. It's got the backbone, but they're running mono. And you cannot get that bag to pop. I don't care how Ken's got it set up
It's
so
too
simple.
flexible.
It's just too flexible. That line stretch is too much.
Did you hear that, Jim?
Yeah, pull it back, or use your oar. Take your oar, you wrap it around your line, and use your oar to pull it out. There's all kinds of ways to get it pop free. A lot of times, what happens is, guys, you know, I'm included. I like to get it out there, and I'll leave it out there all day. These ships going by and all this weed's coming down, what happens is this bag will roll over. And then once it rolls over, you're going to have hell with mono to get that bag to pop free when it's sitting on top of it. So we suggest, you know, check your stuff once every hour, hour and a half, get it pulled in, get the weeds pulled out there, make sure the bag's sitting right. So I know I don't like losing $120, $125 a setup. And I've done a couple this year. And I've learned, that's why I had to go to mono. I got, braid. I got tired of losing stuff. Another thing I can say is, you guys want a good rod holder. Go ahead, bud. I run 65 pound. I know a lot of guys that run heavier than that.
Yeah, I lost 2 set up from 30.
Yeah, 65,
Way too light.
way too light.
Yes.
I use one of them to this day.
Yeah, and it's available in the stores, and also another thing too, guys, we got to look at different types of see, he has a holder for his bell, and sometimes we don't have the opportunity to get those, but if he has them at the store, I put a piece of electrical zip tie right there to hold it onto there. So I don't like ruining my eyes on these things by hooking them right on the side. So,
He's got really good bells too. I got one of his big ones. Flying bells.
Here we go.
Big
That's
ones.
it.
Love
That's
it.
been wine.
yeah, and these ones cut through the wind pretty good.
These are awesome. The same bill as kid has. These are they're Hawaiian bills.
Yeah.
They're really nice. They're very loud. And this will get your attention on the bank. You can be in your truck laying down. What's nice with why we're putting these on here, these bells get heavy. You start putting them in the eyes of your rod, you go to set hook, you're popping out the porcelain in your rod. I can't. Wildfin has a new bell buddy coming out also. It's similar to ours. These bell buddies have been putting my rod wrapper out of work. We're saving a lot of eyes having these bell buddies. And they're awesome. I mean, we don't have the rod in here, but you can set the position on these rods, and you can make them so sensitive. Sockeye season, I mean, they were getting tapped with sockeye, and they're ringing. I don't have a rod holder, so you give it a little tug there, Ken. Maybe you can get it. I mean, they're super sensitive.
Well, that's a nookie right there.
That's a nook. But you can adjust them, you bend them out. Ken's bills, I like his, they hang straight up and down. These we can adjust, we get a little bit more to set up where if you want them real sensitive, there's days, man, you're screaming at the guy, please, loosen your bell. Wind's blowing. Just rattling out there. That's
Do I see a carp plate?
Yarded.
No. You know, we sell a big variety of bells. We have a guy, a local maker, his name's Scott. He's got these these bells. They're really nice, but when the wind's blowing, they make noise the whole time, and it's hard to take a nap when the bell's ringing. We have them in our store on the door. Every time you hear this bell, I mean, I don't care. I'm in my kitchen cooking. My granddaughter grabbed one of them. I'm snapping my neck. You know, you'll start dreaming about these at night. You will.
Oh, I bet your Cora loves that.
But Wildfin has a nice bell buddy they got
Cora
coming
loves
out.
that,
It's a
huh?
little bit bigger. It says Wildfin on the side. He's doing them in all kinds of colors. We're going to have them in our shop also. So the bell buddy's making a come around in the Northwest, and I suggest everybody do it. If you run a bell, if not, you're going to take porcelain out. You will snap, or you'll snap your eye completely off. So, and a good rod holder, that's where I was going at. You guys want a good, I mean, we did it for years. PVC pipe, concrete stake, a couple of hose clamps, and duct tape. I still got a bunch of them I use to this day when I got a party fish. But get a good rod holder. It changes the way you set your hook. You know, when we're using those PVC pipes, we got to lift it up and then pull out. We're running these fish strike rod holders, Kens. They're right there. You're setting hook in the same motion grabbing that rod holder. Where a pipe one, a PVC pipe, you got to lift it up and then
Create a
you're dropping.
slack.
And you're going to drop a set hook. You're putting that slack in that rod, that fish is going to go away. Or you're going to set hook and you're going to just skin. You're going to get a belly hook set. That fish gets to the bank, as soon as its belly hits the water, it starts rolling, that hook's just right on its face. So a good rod holder where you can get that rod nice straight, get one motion set in that hook. We know a lot of guys, they'll grab it and they run 30 yards up the bank. But you're keeping it tight. You guys pulling them out of the pipes, they're getting that little slack in their line and those fish are disappearing.
So Cold Water Strong makes an excellent rod holder. Get one of those from Ken Volante. Hey, we got some Millennial Mulch. If you've got ticket number 500, got a bottle of Millennial Mulch. This goes in your cut plugs and stuff. Works really great.
You can tie it up like a tuna bag.
500, right back there in the corner.
You can make tuna balls out of them too. They work real well at Bonneville in tuna ball form.
Yeah, and if you get some of the freeze-dried stuff that he does and mix it with that, it's even more
Yes.
effective.
Yes,
So we
it
put,
is.
we're taking we're taking a couple of the guys that make this bait. We're putting our sand strip powder in there. We're putting squid powder into it. What happens is you guys start using those oils, it starts breaking the bait down. A lot of guys now are into curing their own goose shrimp. The problem they're doing, you're putting too much sit in there. That sit will start making those shrimp soft. So I've been working with Bill Rivas and with Millennial, and he's showing me a couple ways to do this. You guys want to use oil scents or gel scents, take 2 jars with you. Take an empty jar, pull out 5 or 6 of those goon shrimp, and put them in another jar, drop your drops of jar in that. That way you're not ruining the whole jar of shrimp. And then if it sits over time, that oil will start breaking your shrimp down. You're gonna start getting soft heads, tails will start falling off, and a lot of times that bait will sour. So that's why we blend a powder. Our powder, your bait will not sour. It does not sour. We tried it. We use it on our eggs. I made jars of eggs back in February. We put the powder in there. It still is this day. I can pull out of the fridge. It's not rained yet. So that powder works really well. It enhances the smell. The fish. When you're doing eggs and bobbers or eggs and spin glows, it gets expensive buying eggs and sand shrimps. These guys are tipping their hook with sand shrimp. The powder is working right in your egg. You're saving a lot of time, less garbage on the bank. That's where I'm real big on garbage. We're losing a lot of plunking areas due to the garbage. We have one up on the Calais River. It's a real popular 4th of July spot. This year they pulled out 3 dumpster loads of fireworks. And the biggest thing I do, all of our guys, we all carry trash bags with us. That's the best piece of tackle you can have in your box these days, is a trash bag. We clean up, you know, we're standing there waiting for a bell to ring. Why not walk around, pick up some garbage, you know? And we're gonna start a thing at our shop. You start bringing garbage to us, you pick up off the bank, we're gonna start giving out gifts. That's where we're at. The Lewis River, there's areas that are fencing off. Private property guys, growing up fishing the Lewis, we could walk that whole bank, private property or not. People are tired of the garbage and they're shutting us all down for the good fishing holes, just from the garbage.
That's really good advice. And you know, River Junkies kind of started that a long time ago. Such a great thing. This is our playground, and we need to keep it cleaned up, keep it nice. So
yeah, and we're in works with Jared Kruthley right now to get the River Junkies set back up. River Junkies, I don't know if you guys have heard of that. A bunch of us fellow fishermen, we get together on a Saturday, we go up pick up garbage. In the day we do the same thing. We have a barbecue, a raffle, and we do it probably 5 times a year. Tried doing it during COVID and we got threatened with $200,000 fines. They told us, no, you can't do it. So it kind of broke up. We're in the progress of getting it all put back together. But yeah, garbage is a huge thing. Garbage is shutting down a lot of our areas and it's part of our fishing. And a lot of it is up bank guys. A lot of times we don't mean to do it. But when we got 7, 8 guys along a mile beach, it starts adding up, you know. So it's real important that we all start picking up, even the other guy next to you. It's not. And you know what? We all got to stop and get gas at A&PM to dump in their trash.
and bank fishing is so much fun.
There goes more work for you, Jen.
You know,
Instead of once a week, you're gonna need them twice a week.
Half our time on the bank because we don't have to take the boat down, we don't have to get the gas. We relax, we get to BS with our friends, we get to do some cleanup. Bank fishing is a good thing.
It is. And, you know, it's nice. A boat, you know, you can buy yourself a yacht. It's only 36 foot, 50 foot long. You're stuck there. On the bank, it's endless opportunity, man. You can walk along. We put up pop-ups. We get a barbecue between 3 or 4 tents, and it's a good time. We all get together. You know, we get a fire going in the wintertime. It's a good way to get out and hang with everybody at one time. I seen old Tyler up here up on the Klamath fishing. I mean, everybody on the bank, you run into a lot of guys that fish. And then the next you know, your whole group's sitting there fishing. And it's a blast. You know, you're plunking. Everybody's got reels. We're screaming, rock, get it. You know, it's a fun time. In a boat, you're limited on where you're going, what you're doing. Bank fishing is a blast. If you want somebody to get into fishing, start them on bank fishing, especially with this setup during the summertime.
So like, just like on a rule of bank fishing, like with a boat, if you're in a boat and there's 4 guys in the boat, there's 4 rods, and the boat limits, all 4 rods can be in it, right?
Correct.
So what's that when it comes to a group of 4 guys that roll up in a truck?
It should be the same rule, but it's not.
It's kind of,
Especially if you know, we're leaving our rods out there, and
like, do I have to pull my shit?
you're supposed to.
Legally,
It's
it's not party fishing. There's no party fishing on the
That's fine.
yeah, there's no party fishing
On the boat now, they allow 1 soundnoid and 1 steelhead. Steelhead is not a soundnoid. So if you catch a steelhead, you can still be fishing for your jack.
Right.
So you can still keep your pole with it.
I get that, but that's like...
That's the gray zone.
It is. It's very great, especially they bring your stuff in, and
Like,
you know.
they're gonna check your stuff, and you're still fishing
it's legal. It's legal. We have.
You can thank the WDFW. That's all
It's
I
a
gotta
way for
say.
them to get money. It is. Honest to God, that's a way for them to get money.
I would just add that it doesn't matter where you're at. Not everything makes sense. Not everybody's honest.
Right.
So in Canada, which I just got back from foot motors you can have 2 rods if you're by yourself in the boat. But as soon as somebody else comes on the boat, you can only have 1 rod. Wow. So it's not just relegated to us. It's just an honesty issue with 2 people not being honest. Sure. You know, and so the rules are made for the dishonest people. You know, and unfortunately, that's just how.
But like what he's hitting on, you know, we all fish you see on the group, there's usually 10, 15 of us on a bank. We're all stretched out. We got 10 foot between 10. We're all up there BSing together. When this guy's limited out, I mean, I don't see the problem with a guy, hey, Bill. A guy that doesn't have a fish should be able to run to that guy's rod instead of hook and bring it in.
You got the hot rod.
You got the hot rod, you know, why can't a guy?
I'm not disagreeing, I'm just saying.
Right.
Weird rules are in every country.
They are. Well, they are.
Have you ever been in a situation like that down at the banks when the gamies came down and whose rods are these?
And you're like, well, I'm still fishing.
Yeah.
And Moats will say, bring your stuff in, let me see what you're using, because Moats ain't done.
Yeah.
Moats is not done. He's a done. They brought him back. He went on retirement for a while. He was in the casino. He just came back this year.
Yeah.
And Moats is not done.
You know that?
I tried being a guy a couple times, and it doesn't work. So,
When the big boat.
and it's a way for them to make money. Honest to God, that's a way for them to make money. You know?
Here's the next item we're gonna raffle. Right now, this nice quantum low profile meal reel. Okay?
that's fine.
If you've got ticket number 218 for
You
this
got
quantum
218?
reel.
I guess I got here too late to buy raffles tickets or something.
218.
They wouldn't tell me how much they
You
were.
got two tickets at 218.
I didn't mind.
Hey, you know, that's what he texted me, says to get a job.
Last 3?
And you know what? You go to trials, they're gonna leave that game board over mine, wickets, or anything else. I've seen it happen too many times.
Second prize 23 and he has 22.
I mean, you're targeting Jack Sanders. I'm targeting Jack.
Here, let me, you want something? You want some leaders?
If you're using a double lot spin club, yeah,
Depending on the,
you're not targeting.
depending on the hand on the reel.
Oh,
But he's gonna tell you, and he'll make you say, go fight for it, that's what they want. Because you know why? He gets a paid day in that air conditioned workroom. So we've seen a couple guys, we've watched guys get tickets on the river for snagging. When they're not typically, they're not snagging, they're just flossing. They can't keep the one there. When it's the guy. Right. Well, you're not gonna use skin, well, it's sturgeon, you know, so you're gonna have a smell or herring or something on that one. You're gonna know you're sturgeon. But if you got a spingle on there, it's like, I know you're not targeting, or a wobble.
Show them what it is.
Oh, yeah, they hit spingles too. We were trolling with 8-inch triangles and herring. Came up on the bottom and took our herring. So it was interesting. We thought it was a big chinook, and we got a surprise. By 6.5 foot sturgeon.
12 of them.
Okay, what else you want to hit on, bud?
Well, we pretty much hit the floats with the long lines, the short lines. It's unfortunate the steelhead's going to be done in a week.
Yep.
That
But
really
we got
sucks.
fall fishing starting.
But we got fall fish coming in. We still got summers coming through. So, yeah.
These guys, if you got some questions for these guys, they're the experts.
Yeah, we'll take questions too.
Yeah.
Hey, but let's give something away real quick. I got a 360 flasher. I got a mooching rig. I got a bunch of lead. Lead ain't cheap anymore.
No.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna call 6 numbers now because we had that little mix-up thing going. 023 410. 023 410. 023 410.
Right here, 410.
Go 023. It's all right. Some of the rest of us have dyslexia too. There you go, Alan. All right. Anybody got questions for either Ken or Robert?
What's up, bud?
How about staggering your lines? You know, like party kitchen.
How about staggering them?
Yeah.
What we like to do, you know, on a bill, we can get, if you got a guy that knows what he's doing, we can stack rods 3 foot apart. But if you get a rookie, he can get up to it. And I've seen fights break out, I've seen guys snap rods, I've seen some ugly stuff over it. But usually running these sandbags, you're gonna want 10 foot at minimum per rod running these sandbags. Because as fish gets on, that bag floats free, and next thing you know, it's going down the river with that fish, and you're in that rod next to you. And it happens even being 10 foot apart, we're bouncing up and over
And that's
under
where the
rods.
importance of having a really good rod to control that fish, because
And
the
the
rest of the buddies aren't going to reel up their crap just for you to fight your fish.
Yeah, that 200 pounds, that's why another reason we're at 200 pounds. You can put the wood to the, to the fish. You guys can hammer down on them. I run no loose drag, it's tight. I want them brought in. The only time it fails is when the hook gets ripped out of the fish's face. So, it's good. And these fall fish, yeah, you should run a looser drag on these fall fish. These fall fish get pretty big, and they hammer a rod out in the Columbia River. I mean, when we were doing the tournaments with Southwest Anglers way back, these fish were on wobblers, man. We were getting 25, 30, 35 pound fish here in the Columbia River, and they're getting harder and harder to get now. They're getting really hard.
And guess what? One of the last salmon derbies we did, the winner caught a 40-pound Chinook off the bank.
Off the bank.
Off the bank. So it's not always boat fishermen, it's bank fishermen. Here's your raffle ticket number. I got a nice little Daiwa trout rod and a Ken bell. I call it a Ken bell. This is a cold water stone bell right here. 023433. 023433. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
You gotta use that bell for calling your husband.
So we already killed some salmon time here. What I'm gonna bring up to show you guys now. This is a steelhead rigging, and salmon will hit that too. They got hooks in it, so be careful. So this is the same basic rigging as the salmon rigging. I mean, and it works for steelhead and salmon. We run smaller spin glows. Sockeye and steelhead really like the small spin glows. Now, if you notice what I got on that rod there, those are the new throat ticklers by Washington Coon Shrimp, River City Fishing Products. We are running these on sockeye. The guys up in Brewster are running it, and they're actually catching salmon with these. It's an imitation shrimp. And what they're doing is they're taking this shrimp and they're putting it in their package with a sauce.
Does he have any samples
And then you put that package back in your pocket and let it get warm. That rubber will actually start absorbing that warm temperature of your body, that 98-degree temperature. That rubber will start picking up that throat candy. We use sauces mostly on it in the jails because they hold better. But you can see, I mean, this is my wife's rod. We're using it for sockeye. This is very effective for salmon, steelhead. And you know, we run lighter leader. This is where your drag comes in. You'll hook into a summer fish. You know, you're looking at a 20-pound salmon, and we're keeping control of it with a 12-pound test.
One of the fun things about bank fishing is where I bank fish, I put my gear out. I don't know if I'm catching a salmon or a steelhead. I can catch either one. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay, Robert, the next thing I want to talk about is scent.
Yeah, scent.
Let's talk about scent because we have a lot of hardware. We got different types of presentations, and I'm a stickler and a big believer that I have one friend. I don't have him touch nothing. Nothing. And I hate to say it, but everything he touches goes to pots. It stinks. And some people just have that. So please wear gloves.
And I'm opposite. I don't wear gloves. And I'm a
gloves.
smoker.
If you stink, wear gloves. But if you're the opposite and you're a fishy person, let's talk about scent.
So, in the summertime, a lot of guys, what we've learned and we've been seeing, summertime the water's warmer. Human scent comes out the hand a lot easier than it does in the wintertime. A lot easier. Guys are like, whatever. It's true. They prove it. Human scent comes off that warm water. This stuff, and I'm gonna touch the kid's junk here. I put my hands on here, this will stay on there until you wash it. My oils will stay on there. Just like you use oils on your bigs, it stays on there.
I'm using it tomorrow.
What we like to do is we use soaps, Badass hand washers is one of them we use Lemon Joy.
Yeah.
I suggest every season before you start fishing, scrub your rod down. Scrub it. Take a brush, scrub it down with some Lemon Joy or Badass hand wash.
Even the braided line soaks up so much. I mean, if you ever peel that out and smell it, it is awful.
Yes. Especially when you're sturgeon fishing. That's when you get a lot of stink transfer. And I try not to do that. I usually got a rod for sturgeon fishing and salmon fishing. Because my junk for sturgeon stinks so bad. All my pickling stuff, rotted bait, rotted squid, all that rotted stuff. Yep.
All these ticklers, are they scented?
What's that?
Those aren't.
They're not scented. No.
You can throw those in your coon shrimp jar and it will suck up the
Yeah, you can put them in your coon shrimp jar. You can put oil sauces in your pocket. They work really well.
So not only clean up your gear, but just a friendly reminder, every year I take my 100+ rods out and oil and grease them.
Yep.
I clean my rods, I clean all my tackle once a year.
So I take a tote this size here in the beginning of the season. I put it 3/4 of the way with warm water and I dump all my spingalos in it. I dump all my terminal tackle in it, all my barrel swivels, my dual locks. I wash everything up. I'm a big stickler. We had a guy call the shop today, Michael Kane, well-known guy. He knows how to fish. He's struggling. Everybody's using his bait, and they're catching fish, and he ain't getting nothing. I don't know what
His
to do.
hand stinks.
So he's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, look, it's fishing, it's not catching. Y'all go on these downhill slopes. So I said, hey, what I suggest, go home, scrub everything.
Call a priest.
If you scrub everything, and you do it at least once or twice a year, it is very effective because scent goes a long way.
Yeah.
And then, like we were talking earlier about our powders. Our powders don't, on your cut plugs, I was trying to find it. These cut plugs, they're plastic. Plastic absorbs. So you leave tuna in here overnight, you go out the next day and you think you wash it out, you didn't. The only way you're getting that stinky ass smell out of here is you gotta boil this.
Yeah. Hey guys, I want to talk to your crew over there. What's your number one scent off the shelf during sockeye season? Number one.
Something garlic.
It depends. So if you're fishing from I-5 area, what was the number one scent up there?
Probably garlic bloody tuna.
Yeah, garlic bloody tuna.
Bloody tuna. Then you get down to Kalama area, Woodland area, Kalama. What was the next
krill.
And it's krill.
And it's krill. So there you go, guys. I mean, you might catch fish on one particular scent on one area, but it might not work on a different area. So be very diverse with your scents.
That's what I'm saying. Do not put one scent in one jar.
Yeah.
If you want to save that coon shrimp, that 16-ounce jar, take out 3 or 4 you're going to use a day. Even in the lid, drop your scents on that and don't put it in the whole jar. They'll break your shrimp down, and you may drive up the bank 10 miles. That bait ain't they're not gonna hit it like they were downriver. They do change in the area, especially depth, water temperature, it all goes in the scent factors.
Pets too.
All right, here's some flashlights and
Pets
some
too.
lead. I got some pyramid weights from bank fishing. 023275. 023275. Got that. Here it is. All right.
That first one you caught off the rocks, were you trying to catch the sockeye or were you still fishing? Oh, you were. It was before the season was over.
Yeah.
So that one was the first one was like a couple days before the season was over.
Isn't it what?
It's like a week or two.
Your first one was and that was just plain.
As far as the leader lengths?
Yeah, like
Sand,
I find
shrimp,
that the longer leader length with my spingalos are more effective.
yeah.
And is that more of like a casting setup?
That's more of a casting setup. And Bonneville. This is more of a Bonneville setup.
It's the rip of the current.
It's and those fish are their bellies are right on the bottom. And for aerodynamics, hydrodynamics, they're right on the bottom. And if they come up, they're gonna drift down, so they're fighting upstream. This is just laying like this much. Here, if this is the bank, it's just right here.
Sure.
It's right on, their presentation is right at their mouth. So if you're fishing woodland,
I run along the leader.
along the leader,
Yeah, I'm running anywhere between 36 and 48 inches.
Especially if you're casting.
Especially for casting,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
And the double setups, you know, we make our leaders shorter on the double setups because we don't want nothing tangling up.
No, if you're gonna cast this, you can make this long, but make this as long so it goes right to here.
Right.
Not overlap this, then it'll get tangled into this. So that's what I recommend with this is
The bottom one you can make even longer.
even longer.
Than the top.
Exactly.
I've noticed fishing long gear over like the Emma, having a longer weight leader.
Yeah.
Over like a long gear over the Emma shorter.
Your success ratio is higher.
Catch ratio.
Yeah.
Ratio goes up.
Yeah.
Sure.
So-
I think that's just how that line goes into the water and gets that lead.
Oh, it's do it during the day. You know, first thing in the first light, I run no dropper on my leg. Zero log dropper. As the day progresses and a little further out I'm going, I will start putting a dropper on there. Because for one, you're going deeper, and until you want it off the bottom, because those fish, as soon as you go out deeper, that water, that tide changes, gets soft, and those fish come up and they spin more. So you're going to want it higher off the bottom to get in front of their face.
All right, here we go. We're gonna give away an Anglers Unlimited hat from Robert and Fish Towel, Woodland, Washington, 023402.
What's up, Wesley?
023402.
I didn't even see you walk in, bud.
He's been recording you the whole time.
Yeah, he just recorded you knock his phone over.
Oh.
Damaging his product and he's trying to make it live.
That's the little float.
Maybe you should tell everybody about it.
This one here?
No, it's the
Oh, the one I had on the,
yeah.
what did I do with it? Oh, the cut plug.
It's on the, on your rod over there.
Oh, yeah. So this is made by Wicked Lures.
It's made by Wicked Lures.
Wicked Lures.
Okay.
We have them in the shop. What they're designed for is divers. Running a spinner and a diver. Take two bobber stops, put on each side. That way, if you want to make it shorter, you're in faster waters, you can adjust this depth on this. You change it all up. And it works really well. The Callets guys, we did it this year. We showed a bunch of guys on the Callets, and they came in and said, we love it.
Are you casting that or you just log?
Where you could cast it. You can get it out there. You can get this out there with. A lot of guys who come to the river this year ran the cut plugs. They take a lot of deep. They can take them deep. And you can cast these out there. And that's what we do. We cast a lot of these on the Callets. You know, you're only casting out 70 foot, 80 foot. Columbia River, I'm casting these between 180 and 250 feet out there. And they'll go out there and they work. You'll feel them too in your rod. You'll feel that thump, just like you do on a spingle. You feel a spingle thump, and you'll feel this one.
Okay, we're gonna give away a complete set like what Robert has on that rod. You get the main line, the sandbags, and 248 and a 60. Next number.
022108. 022108.
That's a win right there.
This is $100 setup. That's $100.
What is it? 0?
And it works.
I tile that on.
Right here.
Oh, you're right there. Pick a new number.
Are you kidding me? She will beat you up for that.
Are you the winner?
She is the winner.
Chicken dinner.
Okay, and I got a millennial.
That was great.
I got some
I gave
millennial
it to her.
a millennial hat and
got a
a
question
cold
for
water bumper.
What's that, bud?
And it's going to ticket 023641. 023641.
I live in Vancouver.
You live in Vancouver, so with the fisheries coming up right now, you've got a lot of beaches down there. You got Frenchman's Bar,
Awesome.
you got Glass Beach, you got Whitler, you've got Steamboat Landing on Washougal.
Some mulch.
two-meter system.
Bonneville, I mean, then you can go all the way up to, you got Woodland, you've got Kalama area, you've got all, you may have to drive 20 miles. I mean, for a salmon dinner, I'll drive 20 miles.
Concerns, complaints?
Exit 27 in Kalama's got some beaches on it. There's 3 or 4 different beaches right there. One's a walk-in. Me, I like to drive in, but I don't like to use my vehicle, so I like fishing out of my rig. One's Kalama, Woodland, you got Mountain Bar, Cathlamet, you got Puget Island, you got a bunch of islands to fish off of.
Only brought
So,
one.
but I would suggest coming up fall, I would be hitting Frenchman's Bar where you're at. Quick little drive for you. So go down there, check it out. A lot of those guys down there are real fishy and they'll help you out also.
By the end of the night, you might be able to bring me up the powder.
Or you could go to Anglers because she's always ordering every week and I have to run up there and visit.
Yeah, or go up to Anglers.
Always nagging them.
I love going back.
Hey, will you help this kid? Dude, he's outside over down
It's not mine, so I can't give it away.
Not much to it. We used to do that when we were younger. We used to use like 2 or 3 of them like home. But what's also nice about this is it's fun. So you can put your scent in it.
That's late.
You hear the water?
That's late. You're gonna get a call.
I'm supposed to have it.
You're gonna get a call before that saying, will you call out? I'll be asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big stickler for scent, man. A salmon has 20, what is it, 20,000 times stronger than a dog in scent. And I'll tell you what, it makes a huge difference.
We get you sent up to where to go. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just stand at the door.
The rodeo's next week. The rodeo. Thursday.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah.
I'm see you ride the bull. What do you think? I'd ride the bull. I try to give them
Scent.
breaks now.
My 5 favorite. Number 1 on the top of the list would be mackerel. Number 2, squid. Number 3, squid. Number 3, tuna. And number 4 would be herring. Herring is probably the lowest out of all my scent.
I think it was you.
But the number 1 would be mackerel. Mackerel is not known in the industry up here, but they are, when I was studying, before I went into fish and wildlife, I did a lot of marine biology out there.
Can you get this poor kid of water before he tries up like SpongeBob out of the sea?
Sources for our migratory salmoniid fish.
He's like a sponge.
So we have mackerel in the warm water, we have mackerel in the cool water, ranging from Bellingham all the way through. They actually come into the bay areas and spawn and migrate out.
Thank you.
And during the out migrants, a lot of all the salmonid species actually feed on it.
Okay, so I'll tell you a good story. So 2 years ago, I walked fishing at the ocean.
Yeah.
It's the gauges.
Or the dogs.
It's because we're wearing
But at the end of August, I walked about 3 miles. The mackerel
For that 15 minutes.
there.
They were thick.
They were thick.
It was
Yeah.
just
They
the
were
tip.
thick. And so then I brought in, I don't know, 7, 10 mackerel. And I talked to my buddy. He says, yeah, eat them. So I took them home and I barbecued them. My God, they're the horriblest fish you've ever want to eat in your entire life.
Oily, stinks.
Oh, they're terrible.
Yeah, it's like getting an expired can of mackerel with tomato sauce. So that's my that would be my list.
When I was coho fishing last September out of Astoria, I couldn't keep the mackerel off the summer.
We got a
In the
cooler
school,
here.
they were
We got
getting
a nice
everything. They
big
fight
cooler.
like tuna.
023445.
Just
023445.
You know,
in their own.
I've been accused.
Well, you only have 4. You don't have 5.
I'm gonna get here like 20 minutes early.
So you have mackerel, squid, tuna, herring. Yes, and those are basically a lot of the thing, and shrimp. I would move shrimp above herring, but You know, I've been accused so many times by guides saying, you know what, Ken, why don't you just give them your fishing rod and your boat and give them your favorite hole? And if you're going to tell that much information, I gave a seminar at one of the fish culture conference, and I was going, and a guy pulled me aside afterwards, and he literally accused me and said, those are secrets that us guides hold to our heart that makes us better. But you know what? I can give you my rod, my boat, and everything else, but you could be doing one or two elements different from what I'm doing. It could be your speed, it could be your location, it could be your depth. And so I can give you everything, but I'll tell you what, and Robert can give you the same hole. You can go to shop, he'll set you up with what he's doing, and you'll go out there, and all of a sudden you call him back up and said, I didn't get shit. Because there might be one other element or two elements that he's doing that you're not doing. Until you go and bank fish with him, or in the boat, or myself, then you'll say, oh, I see the rest of the story.
So why are mackerel so abundant, like at the end of August in the ocean? What's going on with them?
Yeah, pretty much in August, they're pretty much adults. And you'll see juveniles too. But they're most abundant out there, and they are actually feeding, and not just salmon, but they're part of the main food source out in the ocean. Yeah. So, and a lot of people don't know that. I mean, hey, does Procure have mackerel? Not. No.
We do though.
But they do. They got mackerel.
As soon as Michael gets there and works on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100 mackerel?
I ran into you at the launch.
Got a grinder? Got the Vitamix for the fish Vitamix.
I mean, I do that all the I just caught a salmon. We were talking right at the boat ramp.
We were. We passed each other. You literally out and left. Took all day, but I got my salmon.
There was a guy that was about 71 years old. He came down all the way from Port Townsend, and his wife let him go fishing, and he was in the Wind River, and he was there for 2 days, never caught a fish. He never caught a fish, and finally I said, I was doing a video out there of what I was doing, and I'm holding up all this fish. He goes, excuse me, son. He goes, can you give me some pointers? And I grabbed his boat, and I said, come on over, and we tied up. I stripped all his stuff off, and I tied all new line. By the time I got to Vancouver, he called me up and goes, I limit out. But that's the kind of information I like, because this is what I believe. I wish all of you guys could be successful, because we're going to represent one voice when the department makes stupid ass decisions. Right. Yeah. But it's and I know sometimes we get to the point where we say, it doesn't matter, they'll just do what they want. But the more we bark up the tree as a whole, that's where it's going to matter. And that's why he had politicians at the barbecue last weekend at his place for customer appreciation. Had Joe Kent there. And we're trying to tell the politicians, I'm always calling my representatives all the time. They hate me. But I'm always calling them because we are the constituents of the department. We're paying taxes on these fish.
Hey guys, I know with the plunking industry, or people plunking, you got the boat people and you got the plunking, and they're always at each other. Guys, if we don't come together as a group, they'll just pick us apart.
We are so strong as a whole. Our numbers are strength. So we need to come together.
Yeah. But you know, to answer his question, boat people, boats, guys on the boats and the women on the boats, and I'm seeing a trend, there's more women owning more boats. We're actually starting to match. We're starting to match. Yeah. The relationship, you know, like 7, 8 years ago, if you went by where everybody's plunking, everybody's chucking lead out there and saying, get the hell out of here. Now it's like there's respect, because if you come down on the bank on a boat, they go, oh, they're plunking right there. That's when we start moving out and going out like that. And the respect is starting.
He's gonna make. Oh, that's on TV too.
We all become the same. You know, you guys us dragging our lines out, I don't like cutting boats off. I know a couple areas I fish, a real big trolling area. They should have, those fish we all paid for. Everybody's entitled to fish.
Yes.
So let's all, I mean, it's best we all work together, and then when it's time to bitch and complain, we all can go to the politicians and get one vote together.
Correct.
I said you were fired.
That's why it's supposed to be there tomorrow morning.
So you can fire you.
Vote, we got
Sign your
regional elections coming up, I got my ballot in the mail the other day.
Final.
Who owns, so what I wanna know is who on those elections is the fishiest guy there? Cause there's a shitload of people who vote for him. You know, so does anybody?
I don't know, can anybody answer that question? Because,
There you go.
Honestly, we can't. 501c3, we don't.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go, there's the answer.
As a
man.
non-profit organization.
Sorry, there's people that fish on every.
Yeah.
So it's.
I bought it. My laws don't allow us. Have a political opinion. Hey, I'm giving away a tackle box and a light and a key float. 023654. 023654.
You bought tickets.
Nice.
Oh, more questions. These guys are happy to answer questions. And believe me, they know what you're talking about.
You're such a lightweight. You can take advantage of me that night.
Just take his, that's not his.
Please. But if you guys have any questions, Robert's shop is open and there's a lot. The phone lines are open. Ask questions. If you're confused or you want to learn the finer parts, these guys will help you out.
They'll communicate by email, phone call. I mean, we ship online. We do a lot of stuff online. We do the same thing. We help guys. We get emails all the time on questions, what to do.
Text messages.
Text messages we text to, or you can text your fish photos to us. We do all kinds of things.
Here's a big ass salmon net. Nice one. 022 099. 022 099.
That's a nice thing. Shoot, there's some history in that.
Tell me if that's rubber.
Oh, did we win that?
Or is that close?
Did I do that? Okay, we're gonna pull another one.
Or not rubber, it's like rope.
We're gonna pull another one. Spin it off, Scotty.
That's that shit that fucks up the
This is all set up for tonight.
rips all the scales off.
You guys are scamming everybody tonight.
This is all set up? You go back there and spin that drum and pull a ticket. There we go. Winner, chicken dinner.
So as far as scent, there's a lot of scent out there to use. Like Robert says, if you're going to use coon shrimp, I do the same thing. I get plastic containers and I'll have 2 or 3 different scents for the day, and it changes. Like in the morning, if it's really cool and the water temperatures are down just a couple degrees, once it comes up 3 or 4 degrees, when the sun comes up, it can totally change. So don't get buried in one scent just because you caught a fish. Yeah.
He went into the glass dome without water.
Yeah. You know, if you're gonna go with Washington coons, millennials, high class, what's that other one?
High class.
Or something like that. They all these guys make good commercial shrimp. They really do. I do. But I top coat everything. I'm constantly top. One of my favorite is coon shrimp with what's my number 1? Mackerel.
You're only allowed to have 3.
And I always soak that in there. Coon shrimp with mackerel.
And now we're going to do a sleep millennial coon shrimp, cold water strong, bumper, or leader, or bank leader. This is a bank leader. I keep saying the bumper, but the bank leader. I love his bumpers. I'm trying to figure it out. 023 324. 023 324. Here we go.
Dog flower.
No, probably the funky deodorant. I don't know what that is.
That's from his buddy.
That's what you call catching fish, huh?
There's a huge history behind it.
That wasn't catching fish.
Okay, we got any more questions for our guest speakers? Because we're gonna move on with our meeting.
So sounds good to me.
You guys gonna hang out, right?
Yeah, are we done?
Yeah, we can be here, help questions, or?
What we're gonna do is more questions.
What was that? Freeze strike, sand shrimp?
What about it? Yes, we got it.
You better.
We got sand shrimp,
I'm gonna bring you
squid.
those fish. Drip, drip.
What else is done right now? We got a bunch of stuff in the oven too, so but it's always coming in, going out. We do the mackerels, we do sardine. We have grilled powder. Yeah.
This morning at 7:35, I was like,
I'm gonna be at work out there.
What's up, buddy?
that's what it feels like to wake up late.
Yes, we do. Tomorrow we're running a sale on our coon shrimp. We're doing 25-pound boxes for $200 plus tax.
You look like me, like
That is cheap. You're not going to find it any cheaper.
Yeah, that's very cheap.
So we're also we run 2-pound packages for $20.99, 2 pounds. The coon shrimp. It's from
£25
here.
Cooked on here from the north.
Come out of Anacortes.
I don't use that much. I have like 13 bottles in my fridge still.
Looks like that rod and reel.
Yeah. Any more questions?
I need to fish more.
Concerns?
You know,
Yeah.
these guys are gonna stay around, and I'm gonna let you guys interject questions all night long.
Okay.
Because when we have this expertise here, we gotta get used to it. And we're gonna do more raffle drawings, and we're gonna kind of incorporate the meeting into it too. So, the next thing on the agenda for the meeting is last month, 2 months ago, in our last meeting, we had elections, and
I already killed that one.
the elections are all official now. So the president, once again, is yours truly. The vice president is Ronnie back there. Our new secretary is Kent over here. Raise your hand. Kent, when I call your name, everybody raise your hand. He's our new secretary, takes all the minutes. Our treasurer is Dan Boston over here, and he takes care of our cash for us. Our raffle guy, Allah Supreme, board member J.D. Lord in the back over there. Board member at large, Mr. Brian Brown, he's over here. Raise your hand, Brian. Cindy Coates, she's not here tonight. Our board member at large and sponsorship guy, Scotty Shields, in the back over there. Our board member and Mr. Slideshow Presentation, Lee Morgan over there. Another board member at large, Bruce Overby, there's Bruce over there. And another board member at large, Carla Johnson right here. And last board member is Cody Gray. And we kind of unofficially get her other half, Johnny over here. So these are the guys that put together everything for the club. We are going to be putting on, Cody, what are you the chair of now? Sandwiches. So we are now putting together a committee to put together the Salmon Derby for next fall. Okay, it's a fundraiser for Southwest Washington Anglers. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We give things to Merwin Special Needs kids. This year we gave them some wagons and stuff, and you're going to see that coming up here. We do Columbia Springs Kids Fishing Festival. Klein Line, of course, we do that. So we're a nonprofit club. So we have to raise money to keep our website alive, keep our storage unit alive, where we keep our trade show booth and everything. So if you're interested in being on a committee, you don't have to be a board member. You can just be a member at large and be on one of our committees. If you'd like to be on our Salmon Derby committee, we would love to have you. And if you'll come and give your name to Cody over here, he's the chair of that committee, he will make sure that you get contacted when they have committee meetings. So anybody who would be willing to be on the Salmon Derby committee to formulate the Salmon Derby for 2025 in the fall, go see Cody. All right?
For the sandbags.
All right, let's do another raffle item here. We got an Onyx inflatable and a little knife here. And it goes to ticket number 023340.
That's what I thought, but I didn't.
023.
I know I got
340.
360-521-6911. Hey, Craig, take it for this one. I want to show this.
It's a world record.
I didn't bet my boy wouldn't kill it.
Last week on Saturday, we did Merwin Special Needs Kids Fishing Day. And by that I meant our club is in charge of cleaning all the fish. We also help with coaching those kids down at the ponds. Those kids get to fish in the ponds in Merwin. And those are the special kids right there.
This is not a perch bag. It's called a satchel.
We have 23 volunteers from our club here.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for this. We got you on.
All right.
Model it again. See that satchel.
One of the things we're doing for a fundraiser this year are rod keepers. And these rod keepers, we have, okay, and we make these, our clubs, we make them. And then at the Sportsman Show in February, we will sell them for a couple bucks for a set. Rod keepers will take a one-piece, a two-piece pole, and you take them apart. And these are rod keepers on this rod right here. There you go. Okay, so we make these rod keepers. People take them home. We do a kit to take them home. We make, and there's an example of how to do it in the kit. You bring them back, give them to us, take some more home. Our goal is to make 2,000 sets. This is a set, one up here, one down here. We make 2,000 sets. We sell these for a couple bucks a piece at the Sportsman Show. Helps to raise money so that we can keep our club operating. That's our fundraiser. If you have any of these sets from the last meeting, turn them into Ronnie and get some more. If you want some sets, these are the kind of things that, well, we do them sitting around watching TV. We'll be watching TV and we'll be putting together these rod keepers. And we provide you with the beads and show you how to do it. So if you're interested in that, we'd love to have you take some home, make some up, and bring them back at the next meeting. Ronnie,
we would like to put those in the shop and sell them and put all the proceeds to you guys.
Get out of Sandy's cage.
They're easy to do, right?
What?
So any
Just
of you
keep track of
guys
the
that
sales
love
and
to
it's paid
surf
out
perch,
monthly.
who surf perches?
That's what I was just gonna, when I read
Surf perch.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Where's your
So
hand,
your
bro?
leaders that you use for plunking,
For
I
sockeye,
got salmon and steelhead.
for surfing. And I'm telling you, they're phenomenal. And you
I already knew what that rig was.
exactly. We gave a bunch of those, and that's the versatility. I use it for surf perch, steelhead, sockeye, and also shad off the back of the boat. But here's a new product that Robert didn't even get in his store yet, and we just came out with this. So you guys, it's not a surf perch bag, guys. It's a satchel. Anyways,
you gotta walk around town with that.
so surf perch bag, it's a mesh on the bottom, and you know how you have your sandworms? You can put it right there, or a piece of lead right there, or you could use it for clamming or anything else. And it was just redesigned again because I was testing it. And
Yeah,
then
we'll have Ken's purse sell in our shop.
I was gonna say, Christian Dior on it. Yeah. So anyways, let's read that ticket.
There we go.
It's not even out in the market.
For that bag, 023469.
Ask him, raise your hand after.
I got it.
0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. Mix those tickets up. We're getting a lot of 0, 2, 3.
Surf Perch bag.
Man, you're on fire.
Man, not even on the market.
What all colors you got?
Yeah.
He's got them in all colors.
All of them?
Yeah. He makes it the same thing he makes his bleed bags and garbage bags out of.
All right, the next item on the agenda for the club is comes under new business, and that is
You gotta get a medical.
I just wanted to, there's the raw ties we were talking about. We want to go to the wagons. Our club, Merwin needed some more wagons. So our club authorized $500, and we bought these quality garden wagons. We bought 4 wagons and also 3 nets. They needed more nets up at Merwin for this special kids fishing day. So our club bought 4 wagons and 3 nets and donated those to Merwin. That's you guys. That's you guys. Okay, our club is all you guys. So they are greatly appreciative. If you, those kids up there, put this event to coming up there, all these special needs kids. We got little kids in wheelchairs with no arms and no legs fishing and just having a ball.
No.
We have all kinds of kids up there with all kinds of special needs.
We're going to drag races.
So,
this is all his.
just wanted to thank, once again, our 23 volunteers that came up. Plan next year to come up. It's the most rewarding thing you'll ever do. Okay? It is absolutely great. They love it. All right.
Oh, I got the 3s too.
Coming up
And I also have,
in December will be our club Christmas party. Okay? And we do a white elephant. It's just for fun. We have a great meal. We're putting together the location. And then we do a big raffle. And it's not a $1 raffle. It's a free raffle. You'll get some raffle tickets. And then we'll give away a bunch of stuff that the club purchases. It's the club, the board's way of saying thank you to the club for supporting all the community service events that we do so far. It's just a good time. Just a good time at Christmas party. So that's coming up in December. All right. Let's have another raffle. Oh, what's that? For what? Chicken dinner? Gift certificate. This is an Anglers Unlimited gift certificate. You can go up to Anglers Unlimited. The winning number is 022193. 022193. There it is. We got a leader also from Coldwater Strong and Keefa. 022193. Yay.
guys and gals, this fall, when you're out there bank fishing or boat fishing, temperatures are going to be high. Get your fish on ice. The quality of the meat's going to be a lot better, so that's really important. So I'm giving away 1 bank cooler back there, kill bag. I don't know when you guys are, that's a $200 value. And whenever you want to give that.
We're going to pull that up in just a minute. Right now I'm going to give away this $100 buoy ball. Any of you own a boat, you know how expensive these things are. You go to Sportsman's or somewhere to get them, they're not cheap. Okay? $100 buoy ball. So if you win it and you don't have a boat, maybe you'll trade it with somebody who does have a boat. Somebody speak up if you need one of these and trade it or whatever. 023321. 023321 for this buoy ball. 321. 023321.
No, it's just funny.
All right.
Because you get irritated.
Could you imagine sitting across?
There you go.
You probably can't. Probably hard for you.
Okay, the next item is this Abu Garcia reel
Just because you can think.
and an Angler's Unlimited hat goes to 023231. 023231.
Look, Nick Taylor, your best friend.
Bingo. Winner, fish dinner.
That's why he wasn't there.
Right there.
That's why he wasn't at that full tilt.
All right.
We're gonna follow you next time.
Who's going to hate tomorrow?
Any questions for Robert or I?
I'm coming
Man,
for
what type of rod is that for length and weight?
For line weight?
Or no, for your
Go
rod?
rubber that.
Like the
He said he
length?
needed you like a
13.
storage unit or something.
No, it's at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Storage.
There's a whole bunch of
He doesn't need
makers
you to
out
shop
there.
store
I mean,
tickets out front.
but for the price point that they're selling these for,
Why is that? He's supposed to figure it out right here.
don't you think so, Robert?
Yeah. Tell them coming out with a good cheaper rod that's gonna be specifically for bait guys, and they're trying to get to about $150, $200 range. Which is pretty good for a rod. My rod's a custom rod, that's a $450
One
rod.
hit here and there. Isn't
I have a couple of little these rods.
Bullshit.
I love them.
Don't see
I love them too. They're
Every
just,
time we turn around here.
I don't loan those out to anybody.
I think the biggest thing about it is they're 13-foot rods.
That's the biggest thing.
Put that in your head, 12, 13, that's a good sized rod for
We
you.
got a couple rods in our shop, they're 12-3, a lot of guys use them, great, they're working really well, those run right about $199.
6 a.m.
We got a short bus flasher, some cold water strong leaders, and a small tackle bag in case you fish the streams or the lakes or whatever. 023434. 023434.
You guys are there to work still. I'm there to help him. That's all I'm
023434.
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
There and everything out the shop.
When he's not doing nothing and I get my project done, I can go do whatever I want. Don't charge me all that money fucking when I'm not doing that shit.
All right, so there are a few items tonight.
6 a.m.
We had a gentleman who was in this club for many, many years, and he's now 95 years old.
I say that all the time.
And
That's because like you.
he donated all of his fishing gear to the club. Ronnie and I have taken 2 truckloads from his house already. This guy, when he bought gear, he bought the best gear at the time. Of course, he stopped fishing about 15 or 20 years ago, but some of his gear is really, really good still. So we brought it home and cleaned it up, okay? And there's only one thing wrong with this 2-piece pole. I can't get it to be anything but a 1-piece pole. It won't come apart. But it's a great little salmon rod, and I got some tackle here, some hooks and different things. And it goes to 023303. 023303. Okay, looking hot now.
Don't get me in a good time, bro.
Which one set up as a single for bank?
Oh, yeah. So,
I use this one, yeah. I use this for salmon on the California River. It's not a very hard setup. It's just a spreader. With I'm running about a 3-foot dropper, lead dropper, and this connects. This one just connected here and it goes on out. And there you can cast them. I mean, you can cast them as far as you want.
But you don't have to have this type of hook. You can use a water bobber.
Yeah, you could use any kind of end.
All right, now it's one of our bigger, better prizes for the night. Mr. Cambalante is going to give away.
So it's real fair. I have kill bags in my boat, and I have one of these for the bank. It's nice. It's
And they work good for the grocery store too.
yes, for the grocery store, it's a whole 9 yards.
That's what I told my wife.
So it's 100% leak proof. Everything inside is heat seen. It sits flat. It won't roll over. Heavy duty zippers. The whole 9 yards. It's a $200 value. Pick a number.
You can put ice in it, put your fish in it, you know, all of that stuff. Great.
I have a question about your still bag. So you're saying that is waterproof, so basically not leaking.
It will not leak. It's leak-proof.
The other one's a leak.
Yeah.
023 499. 023 499.
Sorry, I gotta call another ticker.
Quick, 023 499. Look close.
My guys.
It should be like that. No, I had to squeeze this in when I was straight.
You might have to double up. That's how I am sometimes. You bet.
See how they move?
Oh, nope.
But this one's good.
I got the 8. Give me the 9.
That was good. Mark.
There you go. All right. Here's another gift certificate.
Who won the bag?
Bankers Unlimited.
That guy right there.
Who won the bag?
Right here in the corner.
And a cold water strong leader. And some other tackle here. And a bunch of blades. And some bead chains. That all goes to 022 214. 022 214.
Yeah, new one.
There it is. All right.
He's blaming Wendy.
So we do a thing at
See the
every
ones David
meeting.
made?
It's called For the Good of Fishing. If you have anything that you want to share with us for the good of fishing, we would love to hear it. Some hot spot, something fun, something new, a law change you heard about, regulation change, anything like that. Like, for example, right now it seems like a lot of us are going to the coast and going out deep sea fishing. Well, my body doesn't let me do that.
See his pliers?
But I took my wife down to the coast last weekend, weekend before last. And she went out deep sea fishing, caught a bunch of bottom fish, was supposed to catch some halibut, but they couldn't make it out to the halibut grounds. So deep sea fishing's going good right now. They're catching a lot of salmon in the ocean and halibut out there. So, anybody else have anything for the good of fishing? Right back there.
Well, just so to follow up, a couple months ago, Patrick was here. We offered up a trip for two. Michael Shoemaker and his buddy Alvin went, and they hope to do Berwyn, but spring, late turnover kind of waited us, and we went to Berwyn. Had the two guys toughed out a torrential downpour.
Awesome.
Follow up on that now. Berwyn is coming alive.
And we want to thank you for doing that. That's what makes our club fun, is we have people that donate things like that. We give them away to members and people at our meetings. And that's what we try to make fishing fun for everyone. All kinds of fishing. And I know this guy's a pretty good fisherman, but he's never been kokanee fishing before. So now he's had that kokanee experience.
He was kicking Michael's butt for a while, but Michael caught back up. So I would just like to recommend that, given the fact that a 26-foot boat was capsized going to the bar, and 2 more people died, including 11-year-old and his father, that you really consider putting your ego aside and bringing life jackets at all times on board. Not only that, but there's a kayak guy with years of experience that also drowned in the last few weeks because he did not have a life jacket on as well. So I always wear my life jacket. Now my partner, she talked me into that a few years ago. She's like, even if you're at the lake by yourself, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, an accident could happen. And that's exactly the reason why we wear seat belts, is for accidents, not because we have an on-purpose episode of crashing your car or falling overboard. So it's all about accidents and preventing death during an accident. So that's my community service announcement.
And look at it. An inflatable doesn't weigh much, and they're $100. Your life is worth $100.
You know, I wear a regular life jacket. We have a very nice boat, and I don't care if we go to the lake or the river or wherever. I wear a life jacket, and you know why I wear it? I don't like to get cold out there, and the life jacket keeps me warm.
Good headrest too.
You know, I was in a boat crash down at Buoy 10 in 2017. I had my life vest on. It wasn't inflatable, and it didn't inflate. So please make sure that you take care and maintain and properly do the maintenance yearly on your life vest, because I didn't, and I almost drowned because of it. So I don't wear an inflatable anymore. I'm not recommending nobody does. But if you put it on your kid,
make sure it works.
Make sure it works. Don't just take it off the shelf or something that's been sitting in your truck for 6 months.
All right, here we go.
Thank you.
We got some heated gloves. Believe it or not, heated gloves. We got cold water strong bell. We got some cold water strong leaders, and a little tackle box here.
We need those
Fishing
gloves.
on the stream or whatever. It goes to ticket 022 219 022 219. Here we go. Right back here is the winner.
You got one of those heated coats?
Yeah, they all got messed up.
I have a heated vest. I have a heated jacket.
Yeah.
I got extra battery packs.
Yeah.
Milwaukee? Is it Milwaukee?
Winter sturgeon.
I know, I'm just kidding. It's cold, especially up in the gorge.
All right,
I got the
here's
vest
the
and the
next
jacket.
item.
I'm sitting there just.
This is the Southwest Washington hat.
See this? This is on loose.
Club hat.
That's worth it,
We
man.
got a Southwest Washington Anglers Club
I
t-shirt.
saw these ones where they have heated socks. Or heated like
couple
warmers.
cold water strong leaders.
Heated like
And
booty warmers.
a gift certificate from Anglers Unlimited. Nice little package here. Goes to ticket number 023 281.
No, because it gets cold.
023 281.
Right here.
All right, well, we're gonna get out of
There's a winner over there.
here. We'll be able to go out this door once.
Hey, once again, I want to thank
I'll see you in the morning.
Robert Day and Ken Vellante for bringing all of these items today.
Yeah.
Very good.
You should go out there with the picture.
Yeah, right? Everybody will know him.
Yeah.
Doesn't know.
You'll never lose it.
And then we steal it.
Okay, this is one of those Power Eagle salmon rods. This one happens to be a 10 to 25, pretty much a boat model.
Got a rod over it?
This was, I think, in the 95-year-old gentleman, Mr. Dick, in his collection. I don't know if he ever used it, but 023538, rod and leaders. 023538. And we got a winner here. Mr. Dick.
That's the last thing you need.
Okay, here's Anglers. A really nice, I like this flea knife. It's got this really nice little handle. Beautiful little flea knife. Here it is. 023238. 023238. Number 238. 023238. He's got it right here. There you go, sir.
That's cool.
All right, we've got a Scotty rod holder and mount. And it Southwest Washington Anglers hooded sweatshirts.
That'd be worth it. That and the feet. The feet always get cold.
023273. 023273. There's the winner right back here.
I'll keep an eye out for those so they don't fail.
Okay. Here's some assorted tackle and a little empty tackle box you can put stuff in. 022197. 022197. 022197. There it is, because we don't have it. 022197. Where are we at? Is that the collection?
Anybody want to take rod ties home, don't forget to come over and get some, or put your hand up and I'll bring you some.
Here's a nitro diver, quick fish, so on. 023585. 023585. 023585. Mr. Brian. All right, here we have another Anglers Unlimited gift certificate, some cold water strong leaders, and some other little assorted goodies here. These little waterproof boxes are nice.
Take more than that.
Nice and thin, and it never gets wet.
What's your first name?
The guy comes and
Wesley.
says, hey, let me see your
W-E-S-L-E-Y.
It's going to 023501. 023501.
You're with Anglers Unlimited?
Southwest. SWWA.
What's your name?
Wesley, W-E-S.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's it.
So hey, Ronnie, we want to make it, like I said, every meeting we want to make sure we get donations. So if I happen to miss an email or something on Facebook, just call us.
That was the last. All right. Once again, we want to thank Robert Day and Ken Volante for coming tonight. I personally and the board wants to thank you for coming tonight. Love to see you. Next meeting will be September.
September,
We'll be
wow.
talking more salmon
Nice.
fishing stuff.
It used to be every month.
July, right? August,
I think
September.
so.
Third Thursday of September. Keep up with who's going to be here for guest speaker on Facebook.
Okay, I need to get on that
Thanks
one
for
too.
coming. Drive safe.
That
See
was
y'all
last
next
week. I
meeting.
missed it.
It's the second Tuesday.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you for coming.
Thursday.